Fourth and final round of the Fukaru Sport GT. It is unfortunate that we had to, with the last race, we had somebody that really started some trouble. It ended up kind of spilling over, and you'll notice that somebody's missing today. It is what it is. We limited the amount of people with people with points. We wanted to make sure that this last race was the most competitive race we could. DeathPercepshun lost his lead to Montana, who Montana pulled into the first place, but only by a minor 3 points. XTEAMxCHRIS is they're at 730. XTEAMxCHRIS is at 633. It's going to be quite the competition today. So yeah, it's going to be great, and we're about ready to get this started, and I cannot wait to see how this race goes. Everybody's all dialed in. This is the race start finish line. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Here's the competition. So we're going to start up front. Montana's got it. DeathPercepshun right in there in 4th position. This is going to be a barn burner for sure. These guys have been racing, getting really consistent times. Let me check the par time here. I think it's 111. So yeah, so the par time today is 111. The only person to break it today was AndrewlzShady's, who got moved back to the back of the pack, but I am sure that he will have no problem moving up through the ranks to get this done. Oh, a little bit of tap there from XTEAMxCHRIS. Shady boy, who I'm telling you right now, he's doing great with this series. He's really learned how to land in this par system, and he is going to. I'm really saying we're going to see next season is going to be a 4-way barn burner between Shady, Montana, DeathPercepshun, and XTEAMxCHRIS. MRoyal there doing a good job too. Wow, look at that tight racing. MRoyal's getting it into that edge. Okay, Shady's taking the inside. Is he going to take that lead away? No. He had it for a second there, but coming into this first turn, and as these guys do their battle up front, they're going to have to face off against these guys. It's going to be now the pack gets catched up with them. The more that traffic gets involved, the more you're going to see a bigger competition. I don't want to move off this position because it's such a good view of the entire field. Look at that. MRoyal's just trying to push it hard. Montana using every inch of track he can possibly get. XTEAMxCHRIS moving up on Shady. She has a lot to prove today. DeathPercepshun too. I don't know. DeathPercepshun looks like he may have fallen back a little bit, but he had a good run today. Was running in first all through practice, so I definitely think he has a car to beat. But I don't see where he's at now. There he is, not too far behind. It's what we have to develop for Rockstar for the next game, is something that will allow us to jump to players a lot quicker. Love this car. Death has been consistent this entire racing career on this season. It sucks as a host coordinator that you see people that put so much emphasis on racing, so much of their heart and soul into this stuff, and then to see something crazy happen, especially like at the last race, to really put us into a position where it's you don't know who you want to win. It's like all these guys, they all deserve to win in my opinion, and it's very tough to be like, who's your favorite? Like, I really like every single racer that we've had. I mean, there's not one that's not been super competitive and just really putting it down the track. I mean, most of the times, most people would be looking at lap times right now. We're just looking at and enjoying this race, Shady boy up there wants that piece. He wants that lead bad. He moves on the outside again. Does he have it this time? I don't know. He's just got another. Shady has, I believe. Let's see what he's got here. Let's see what we got for times too. 111s across the board. AndrewlzShady with the best lap at 111. 214, dropping it down. Shady Boy at 11.5. He is slightly faster than that Comet. I mean, for that 770. But that 770's top speed is playing out a big role when it comes to that main stretch there. It's really kind of moving away. And there's Team Chris losing some position here. I really think this is the competition right here. Oh, moved in hard on Montana there. And the views that we have from this setting is like perfect. I love it. I want to see more of this. Can Shady keep? Oh, bad turn there. Trying to get on the outside. This fighting is put them into a position. MRoyal back here fighting with DeathPercepshun still. We're going to drop back to MRoyal real quick here because he was, you can tell he's fighting somebody. The biggest thing is you can hear these guys saying inside, or outside, or wherever they're at. And MRoyal, another one of our big competitors today. Love having him appear. And that Comet Retro is just, once it gets up, it gets going. But he's got team. Oh, he's up on Team Chris. That's a move that he wants to make right now. That's a big point thing right there. So 1, 2, 3 points is Montana, DeathPercepshun, Team Chris. Here's Death moving in on Team Chris, but having some difficulty doing it. Let's look at these lap times again. All 111s again. We still have, so Death's doing a 111.2. Team Chris a 111.8. Shady a 111.5, and then a 5.95 from Montana. So he's not letting that. There goes DeathPercepshun, makes his move in on Team Chris, tries to get that outside line so he can get enough for the upcoming turn. He wants to get the speed and carry it over, and he's definitely the faster of these cars. Team Chris is not letting it go, though. He's got a good line there. Definitely the faster of the two, though. We haven't had any accidents today. That's good news. Knock on wood anytime you want to. We're going to keep that motion going. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. Obviously, if you like GTA, we're going to have more GTA. If you like GTA racing, we're going to have more of that. We just want to keep giving you this stuff right here. This stuff is the best. We actually heard rumor of a casino update coming up. I don't know how trustworthy that information is. And there it is. Montana's losing that lead to Shady Boy, who went way distant on that edge. Let's see if he can maintain the par time as he's pushed in here. And there's Death leading into the third. Let's look at these lap times again. 110 from Death. So he's already taken the 3-point hit. 110 from Shady Boy, who was just, I can see him thinking, that's it. I want to take that first position away and just make it stick. So he's going to try to roll it in. But Death right there, he's been pushing it hard. We said this before, pushing it next to the edge and without going over is tough. We're gonna drop back here to Death. He's got a whole pack of guys he's pulling with him. Look at that. That is, oh, Team Chris lost to MRoyal. MRoyal moved up to the position. Wow, I didn't expect that from Team Chris. She's trying to get back. She wants to be up in first position to make that win. So that's the thing is right now, because it's a 3-point deficit for DeathPercepshun, he's going to have to hope that Montana doesn't have any best laps, and he's also going to have to take that second position away and then stick with it all the way up. He's got to be able to go faster than Montana. I mean, Montana's going to have to lose a position, I think, to get that championship points away. So we'll see how that pans out right now. He's definitely the faster of the two guys, which is kind of weird. Not by much, but that 0.2 is going to add up over 23 total laps that we're doing today. And this is, like I said, the last race. This is the one for all the cojones and all the what is it? As Montana's a Tony Montana fan, so I have that whole Scarface, you know, the world is everything kind of thing. So this is the move for the world. And the question is can Montana make it stick? That's really the question here. So MRoyal is still back there with, where's xTEAMxCHRIS at? Oh, it looks like she's lost a little bit more position. Oh no, what am I seeing there? Oh no, there you have, there's MRoyal. So the camera was playing a trick on my eyes. MRoyal, a lot of lost control there. That wasn't good. You can even hear him say he wasn't a fan of it. So we're going to look at this lap again. 110.8. Shady's down to 109. That's going to hurt him bad. 111.27, and obviously the 110 is going to definitely overtake that. But they're going to have two 3-point deficits that they have to fight. So that's the thing is how is Death going to beat that Shady boy 109 to get up there and see he's got a lot of distance to make up. That 109 will drop his position. So he's got a 6-point drop. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. That's basically third position. He'll tie with third for that, even though he's got that top position. But here's the combat. Here's the one. This is the competition right here between Montana and MRoyal and Death. And this Death wants that position, but is he going to push it too far is the question. It looks like he's settled into a slower time here. I think he knows that he hit that lap. So now it's literally all or nothing. And we're talking 3 points here. So that's big, especially when Montana can get a best lap out of this and get additional points for his time, and Death won't be allowed to do that. So it's gonna hurt him. So he's got to hope that Montana just rides it, and even then, I don't know. I don't think he can beat him. It'll be the finish that he doesn't want. xTEAMxCHRIS needs to move up there and put a little distance between them and the first, and she's falling back a little bit. She completes to bleed positions. We're going to go back and check out Ty Nasty. Always one of our favorite guys to see out on the track. Racing on a Specter. That thing is amazing looking. We love having him around. And then our boy AndrewlzShady, who basically broke par earlier, but ended up at the back of the pack, and he's moved up to the xTEAMxCHRIS position, but he has not broken par for this one. So that's going to be a big deal, and he's moving up on xTEAMxCHRIS, making this an amateur move, and he's got, wow, check this out, still making 111s in the time here, and he's done a 111.2. xTEAMxCHRIS is not going to be nice about letting him by, but I mean, he's got best lap right now, I believe, right? 111, yeah, 111.017, man. He's right on that edge. All right, so we got 16 laps to go, and come on, Shady, get that thing going. Let's stick with him for a second. We got 2 packs here going on. We always have the 2 packs. It makes it difficult to keep up with things, but it's good to have 2 packs versus having a whole bunch of packs. So there's MRoyal moving in on DeathPercepshun. And now, all of a sudden, Montana's starting to struggle. All right, so we'll move back to. I'm loving seeing this AndrewlzShady thing, man. If you can't get any closer to par than that 111.087, it looks like he's lost some space here. He's probably, but probably fighting when he's fighting with xTEAMxCHRIS, it probably hurt him. But that's the thing is he needs more space. It needs more. I mean, 16 laps. I don't know. Can he do it? Can he do it without breaking it? I don't know. It's going to be tough. Montana broke it with a 110. That's going to change everything when it comes to the point standings. So now all Death has to do is beat Montana, and he'll be able. Now it's an even Steven game again. So this is it. This is the fight right here. So let's see what we got for times. Death's got a 110.8, SAS 110.7. But he's been having some issues here, and Death is moving in on him like a shark baited to ready to pounce. This is it right here for points. This is the championship right here. These two guys battling it out for second and third, which is the real battle for first and second, because these two right now are going to get this is how we started the championship, and this is how it's probably going to end, is this kind of push to the win. So when it comes to points, both of them are going to see a -3 to their run, but in the same respect, they won't. But neither of them can get any bonuses for the race. So for the overall win, might leave it in MRoyal's territory, but the thing is that, and here's MRoyal moving in. But that's the thing is still all he needs to do is take that top position away and keep it from Montana. But Montana now is moving away, and then MRoyal's got some more distance to go. But we got easily 13 at least more laps to go. A lot of things can change in this short period of time, but we're going to stick right with this pack here. This is the part that really wakes you up. Can you deliver the power through that corner? Both these cars are really fast. Like I said, these have been the two guys that have been facing each other off the whole entire season, and it looks like more and more space to go. 110.8 and a 110.6. Montana's just easing a little bit faster every time. Now Andrew would finally drop down with his 110. Way off the track. So he's taking xTEAMxCHRIS, but he's got a ton of distance to make up there with a pack of guys who are just going full speed. They're giving it everything to keep that win going. Love this. It's the thing is, he had debated a long time today whether to take the 770 or take a different car. And I think he did a good choice with this car. It definitely moved him up into a better position. Hurt him when he came, because he came into the last lap. So I think that if he hadn't gone over the par for his actual run, this race would look a lot different for him. All right, so we're going to go back right up front because it looks like he's settled into his position. We're going to go back to Death, man. I love following Death because he's got the great car, but watching that distance break away. Just watching that lead up there, thinking, oh, this is terrible. It's awful. And they're just making distance between him and MRoyal because I think that they know that 110 is in play. Montana does not want to give up the thing, and that's the thing is he doesn't have to. I think that's the thing is from DeathPercepshun's area. I think that I probably would have stuck back to that lower time, let him push up there. As long as he's in that second position, all you have to do is keep below that part time, and he beats him regardless, because those 3 points from second place 12 to 10th, that's 12, 11, 10, 9. That puts him at 9 points. That basically puts him in a third or fourth position kind of move, and that's the end of his race, you know. But that thing is it's all this, it's strategic, it's tactical about how you want to race, it's how you want to play. It's good. It really shows how people want to race and how they want to put it together. So Montana continues to dominate the distance. Everybody's pushing a little bit harder. And we get to enjoy the look of probably one of the best looking cars that we've had in the series. It is a Comet Retro Custom. One of the best things they ever added to this game, I think. Been begging for it too, because everybody loves that competitive race look of the Comets. Get that awesome view. So let's look at it now. Death is the so we got a 19, 110, 110. MRoyal with the 111. xTEAMxCHRIS, AndrewlzShady with the 110. Hasn't been able to move up out of 6th. Rhymes with 112 and Dynasty with the 113. That thing is, we've been a nice, friendly race today with some great guys. And it's been such an enjoyable season. Watching these guys like that right there, like just seeing them drive away off into the sunset of victory for 10 races. It's been a weird time too, for like so much competition, so much fun. And these guys have brought it. They brought it every week, over and over again. And it's been a blast watching it. So now everybody's now debating how far they've broken par. I can't tell them. I really would like to, but... And the thing is like I just see this. I can see the points in my head with these guys competing, and it's like, oh, MRoyal's going to take that position. Death's going to want that back, but this fight right here is going to hurt them more. I almost want to say somehow the cars lose power. Like, and that does happen. Like, it really is that, you know, you're driving along and having a ton of power, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, you got nothing on it. So let's go up and see our boy Shady. This, I think, is his third race now. He's doing really good. He hasn't quite figured out how this works. So, but like I said this before, I'm going to say it again, and I stick to it. I say it won't be this race, obviously. It won't be the next race. But at least the next one where we have, because we're going to be doing Sprint next, which is the basically the stock car race. We have Pendulous next week. So those of you guys, always remember, for a lot of people want to get involved with this racing, want to know how to do it. The Pendulous race is the open event. We do not limit who gets involved in it. Same kind of rules as we have here. Same kind of race. Usually it's a street course race. But it is a lot of fun. And it pits the top guys against the top guys in supercars. It's the only supercar race we do. And it also allows for newer guys to come in and say, like, you know, if to see how they roll, see how they play, see how the competition works. We're a little bit more lenient with certain things in this race than we are with Pendulous. Pendulous is, you know, you get if you go over par, you get disqualified. If you go over anything, it's really the killer event that players. It's so funny because players don't want to not get DQ'd. So there's a lot more to it than that. And the thing is it's a one-shot race. It's obviously Pendulous 24 minutes, so it lasts 24 minutes long, and it's just a fun race to watch. So MRoyal has moved into DeathPercepshun's position and is driving away. We see Montana off in the distance. I don't know what happened. But if the race ends right now, that means that Montana has won the championship. It also means that Montana will have won the race because he's got the best points position in the race today. The first place Shaney has got a -6 on his point standings, so he'll drop back to about 9 points. I think everybody will end up being the tie for the 9-point scheme, which is funny because that's how we started the season. We started the season on a 3-way tie for points. It was really cool. I was like really wanted to stick with it, but alas, we end up with a couple of tryhards that want to ruin the experience for everybody. So we had 2 races in a row that really just, I got a lot of complaints on it. I wasn't very happy with the last 2 races. This race has made up for it, and I can't wait to share it with everybody so you guys can see it. And that's the thing is that's kind of the depressing part is you get to do this and then you have to wait around for everybody to get to see it and enjoy the winnings. Like I said, it's impressive, but Death has had a problem here. We're going up on Dynasty here. He's lap traffic. And here's our boy Montana. I think we've said this before. Montana is all about consistency, all about being the guy that just sticks to his guns every race. You guys have watched him over. You knew if anybody was going to put money on somebody that had a championship, it was going to be Montana. So barring any cataclysmic destruction right now, he's going to take the race and he's going to take the championship, which is going to be an amazing feat. Yeah, it's tough who you go to. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to look up AndrewlzShady. Shaney now taking over the position. So let's look back at the lap times again. 110, 111. So there's MRoyal with that 111. That'll give him a good point boost for today. So let's see if it's 12, 11, 10, 9. So yeah, that would put MRoyal as getting the most points for the race today, which would put him into the winning position for the race. So that's a little bit different. Lots of 110s. I had a feeling that was going to happen with the race because they were running 110s all day. And it was like really once the competition gets thrown together. But that's fine because, as you can see, the points difference between not counting the 112s and the 113s between the first and last position is what? About a full second between Team Chris and all the way down until we were dropped back with Rhymes We have a whole second. That's the only difference between the tops and the top and the bottom. So that's a great one. When it comes to Montana, the second person between Shady Boy, Montana, and DeathPercepshun, obviously, xTEAMxCHRIS, man, I have to give her a ton of credit this year. She came out of nowhere, late race, moved all the way up. A lot of players had some problems in one race, ended up getting ousted because they disconnected, including DeathPercepshun. That allowed her to move up big time in the points. She capitalized on it, made the move that she needed to do, got herself all the way up to the top, got a race win this year, I believe, for this season, and then put herself in the position to win. And unfortunately, it did not make it happen this race, which is unfortunate. But like I said, you cannot knock the... Like, this is somebody I want to see next season. It's really like I wanted to... It's almost like you wanted to go, I can't wait till we get to the next big race. And when we do, it'll definitely be worth it. So we're going to drop back to Death again. I got to follow him because he's the one, man. He's been points leader the whole entire year up until the last race. And then drop back right here has MRoyal, Montana, who's just been pulling away at a 110.5 here. And Death's not been able to get that 110.8, and then MRoyal with the 110.871. Definitely, I think there might be something wrong with the car. There might be something that's, pulling him back or causing him some trouble. It's unfortunate, but it does happen, and kills you to watch it. But like I said, he will bounce back. He will come back. He will have a competition, and he will not let this. I know he will not let this lie. He will definitely be back. And we will love having him, and I'm sure you guys will love having him too. So this is it, guys. Last lap. We're going to right over to Shady Boy. All right, keep that little icon up there so I can move from one guy to the next as we move through the pack here. I'm going to move from when Montana crosses the line. So now I believe that xTEAMxCHRIS has broken par, but I think we're good. I don't think it's going to matter much now because about everybody did the 110 at the end there, which is great. That's fine. It's regardless of how we did a superb competition from everybody that showed up today. This is how I would like every race to run. Every competition that we have makes it enjoyable for you guys, the viewers, for us that being part of it, and it just makes it worth coming out. And like I said, I thank you guys for coming out. You guys were great to have. I love all the likes, all the suggestions, all the comments. You guys make this worth it, and these racers will keep bringing the heat every single week over and over again, and it'll be definitely worth it. So I think that's going to be how it ends. We will put all the information in the comments below to let you show exactly how this won it out. This is how it's going to finish. Dial in for next. Next, we got Pendulous coming up, and then a full season of the Sprunk Extreme 1 Cup. Thank you from Circuit of Alamo C. This has been the 10th race of Fukaru Sport GT. Don't worry, this will be back. Thank you guys for being involved. Thank you guys for making this a great season. Have a great day. Bye.